Hello everyone, welcome back. I am back again with another video. This channel is for those who are into budgeting, paying down debt, building savings, or simply trying to become more intentional with money. In today's video, I will be going over my paycheck 3 for the month of August in the amount of $1,055. If that sounds like something that you will be interested in, please continue to watch. Like, comment, subscribe to support my channel and other small creators. I do appreciate you all. So let's get into paycheck 3. I'm going to be going over my fixed expenses, my savings goals / cash envelopes, my debt, and my variable expenses. So like I do every week, I white out my variable expenses. This is the Budget by Paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom. I have been using this system for like 6 years, but I do need something that is more, I guess, catered more to my personal budget because I do have a lot more debt than I do variable expenses. So we're going to go ahead and get started. As always, I'm going to go ahead and tilt my notebook to make it a little bit more comfortable for me. So like I said, I am budgeting $1,055. I'm going to write in debt here because this is my debt budget down here, and then variable for variable expenses down here. Now we're going to start at fixed expenses, and the first thing I have listed here is NNA, and that is for the National Notary Association. I am a notary and I have to maintain insurance that has to be renewed every year, or you can do it in like every 6 years, but I choose to do it every year, and I am budgeting $23 this week for that. ADT is next, and ADT is going to be $17 this week. YouTube TV, that is going to be $21 this week. If you are new here, I do split my bills up into 4 increments because I am paid weekly. So most of my bills that are over $50, I split them up into 4. Next is going to be tuition, and tuition will be getting $100 this week. After tuition is Robinhood. Robinhood is a credit card. I made a purchase probably last month, and I told myself I will pay the balance back every week, giving the amount of $25. So after this payment, I will owe Robinhood $48. So I'm going to do that until it's paid off. So the total for my fixed expenses is $186. So as I do every week, I am going to subtract $186 from my paycheck total. So that is $1,055, and I'm going to subtract $186, and that's going to give me $869 left over. So I'm going to come on down to my debt category, and I'm going to begin with Bank of America. Bank of America is due this week, and the minimum payment is $25. So I am budgeting $25 for Bank of America. Next is going to be Capital One, number 1, and I am budgeting $38 for that. After Capital One is Capital One, number 2, and I am budgeting $52 for Capital One, number 2. Discover is next, and I will be budgeting $30 per week for Discover. After Discover is Moela. This is a student loan, and I am going to be budgeting $35 this week for Moela. Next is Elon, which is another credit card, and I budget $66 weekly for this one. After that is going to be PayPal. PayPal is budgeted at $38. And lastly is Land, and Land is going to be $30 budgeted. So when I add up my total debt budget, the amount is $314. And I am going to subtract $314 from what I had left over from my fixed expenses of $869. And my total is going to be $555. Now I am going to move over to my savings goals / envelopes. And I had to do a little tweaking for this category because I am budgeting less than I usually do, or that I have in the past couple of weeks. So I am going to give myself for spending. Spending is my first category. And this week, instead of the $50 that I normally do, I'm giving myself $40 this week to budget. After spending, I am going to budget food. I am keeping food the same at $200 this week. I didn't go over last week, so I am pretty ecstatic about that because sometimes it's hard to stay within your food budget, especially in the summertime. Household is going to be next. I kept household the same. Household is going to be getting $40 this week. After household is brokerage. I do put $35 a week into my brokerage account. It's not a whole lot, but I figure start off wherever you are or wherever you can. So $35 is what I budget per week for that. Next is going to be my $1 challenge that I'm currently doing, and I am budgeting $1 for that. After that is beauty, and beauty this week is only getting $50. Last week I talked about how I need to decrease my beauty budget and roll back on getting so many things done and roll back on maintenance, especially going into the winter months. So that's a little different for me. So I'm going to have to make an adjustment with that. After beauty is dentist. And dentist is going to be getting $25 this week. And I'm feeling some kind of way because I have been having pain in my tooth that I've already been to the dentist for 3 weeks ago. And I hope that it's not anything major because I am still paying this dental bill. I currently owe them $650 and I give them $200 per month. So this bill should be paid off by the end of the year, and I will be happy about that. And hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, I do not incur any more bills in regards to the dentist. Next is tab renewal. My birthday is coming up in October, and I will have to renew my tags. So I am setting aside $20 weekly for that. So with my budget this week, I did just create this graduation budget for my daughter because she is graduating in December. And this week I was only able to put $3 into it because I have had a discussion with my husband and he wants to start putting $5 into our land surplus account. And so we are doing $5 a week for that, just to beef up the surplus of cash, just in case we can't make payment or we save enough that we can just go ahead and pay off the rest of the balance that we owe on our land. So that is that. So I have actually 3 new expenses that I've created over this month. So that will be tab renewal, graduation, and land surplus, which is new into my budget. And yeah, I'll probably do the land surplus for a long time. But tab renewal, I'm doing $20 until October, and graduation, I'm doing this until December. So we will see exactly how much money that we have by the time that comes. So for savings goals, my total is going to be, let me add it up real quick. I didn't add it up off camera. So I have 40 plus 200 plus 40 plus 35 plus 1 plus 50 plus 25 plus 20 plus 8. That equals $419. So I am going to subtract $419 from $555. This was left over from my debt category, and I was supposed to move it up here to my savings goals in the amount of $555. So now I have to subtract $419 from $555, and that is going to leave me with $136. So I'm going to bring my 136 down to variable. And usually in my variable category, I only have two expenses, and that is my Verizon bill. And that's $86 weekly. And I was looking over my budget, and because I am paying for 2 phones, 2 watches right now. And in November, this will be paid off, or those devices will be paid off. So this bill is going to be going down, and I can't wait for that because those extra monies will be going straight towards debt. So I look forward to that, because even as time goes by, the debt begins to come down regardless, but I still would like to increase the amount of money that I bring home so that I can put it towards debt. So right now I am currently looking on opportunities and side hustles so that I can increase the amount of debt that I can pay off more quickly. So that has been on my mind lately. And lastly, for variable is going to be electricity. And I am budgeting $50 for electricity. And 80 plus 56 is 136. And that leaves me with $0 left over. I do maintain a zero-based budget. Every dollar that I make does have a job, and that is something that is very important to me. So that is it, guys. That is my Paycheck 3 budget for the month of August. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments some of the new expenses or some new categories you have added to your budget. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. I hope that everyone has an incredible weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.